Hey there guys, welcome back to What Cheers. I'm Nick as always. Tonight we're going to take a look at another beer from Toppling Goliath. This one is their Pompeii IPA. It's a single hopped Mosaic IPA that comes in at 5.5% and 60 IBUs. So it's a super low ABV IPA. In fact, a lot of pale ales are even higher ABV than that. So it's very interesting. Yeah, it's hopped with Mosaic, which is honestly, it's one of my favorite hops right now. It's really got everything in it, especially if you have a great brewery like Toppling Goliath pulling everything out of those hops. So I'm really excited to see what they did with this single hop version. So the reason it's called Pompeii and it's all Mosaic is because one of the world's most famous mosaics was unearthed underneath all of the ash after the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in Pompeii. So very cool name, absolutely gorgeous design to this beer. I've said it many times, I don't know if I say it enough, but the label artwork on Toppling Goliath's beers are second to none. They're some of the best, if not the best, label art that I've seen in the craft beer industry ever. They really have somebody very talented over there. Every bottle, just, I mean, look at that. It's gorgeous. And the the labels that they use have, some of it's shiny, like reflective material. It's really beautiful, and put a lot of detail and care into this label art. So definitely have a talented graphic designer over there at TG, especially for such a small brewery in the middle of nowhere, to be having basically the nicest looking label art in the beer industry is very impressive. So big props to them on that. So this was bottled on June 17th and today is August 8th. So it's just shy of 2 months of age on it, but it's been kept cold the entire time. And I want to give a huge thanks to my buddy Sam, who sent me the most ridiculous Toppling Goliath box. If you guys don't already know that by now, that's why I have all these wonderful beers to review and share for you. So without further ado, guys, we've got it all covered. 5.5%, 60 IBUs, all Mosaic IPA, and I can't wait. So let's dive right in. All right, got the Pompeii poured out, and man, this thing is just gushing with aroma. Yeah, wow, I can smell this thing from here. Let's get a look at this thing, guys. 2 finger of a pretty fluffy, creamy looking head. Lots of big bubbles, medium bubbles, small bubbles, all tightly packed together. Looks like a very whipped cream type head, slightly off-white. You can see, I can see, I don't know if you can see, the lacing's already starting up here. And I haven't even touched this beer yet. This is gonna be awesome. Let's take a look at the color of this beer. It's that sort of mix between a golden and an orange honey color. Definitely in the medium, depth of darkness there for a honey or a golden color, especially up to the light. It's fairly see-through. It's got some haze to it. Definitely slightly hazy, but not completely opaque or anything like that, but it just looks gorgeous. It actually looks darker towards the middle of the beer. Away from the light, it looks like orange juice. Yeah, let's get an aroma on this. It looks incredible. And as always, this has been out of the fridge for about a half hour now, so perfect temperature to get right into it. Let's do it. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh man, this is gonna be good. Holy shit, this thing's a Mosaic bomb, obviously. Oh, it smells so fresh. This is almost 2 months old. This smells incredible. Wow. Oh, Jesus, it's got, the thing I love about Mosaic is it has citrusy, tropical, dank. It has all of that, and you could just smell it and taste it. And you'll be picking something out every single time you take a whiff of it, or every single time you take a sip. Yeah, so I'm getting everything. I'm getting big tropical notes, like just fresh cut pineapple. I'm getting lots of orange peel. I'm getting a lot of herbal, sort of grassy, just herbal dankness. A little bit of like a pithy note from like the grapefruit or orange as well, lemon. It smells sweet. It smells hoppy. It reminds me actually a lot of, I think reminds me a lot of Mosaic hopped Fort Point from Trillium. Yeah, definitely reminds me of like the Mosaic Fort Point from Trillium, because it's somewhat grassy and dank, but also very tropical, very, very citrusy, very like fresh cut fruits. You know, like you're just biting into it or you just cut it open. Very, very vibrant nose to this one. Sweet sort of lemon lime as well. Almost like a tingling brightness to this. Just smells incredible, guys. Actually, this is one of those beers I could just smell for like 15 minutes, but it's water, make my mouth water, so it's gonna sip finally. Cheers. Oh man. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's good. Oh wow. That got quite a back end bitterness to it. Okay, so right up front, huge blast of that sweetness, big pop of bitterness, big grapefruit rind, sugar coated like ruby red grapefruit or something, big like fresh slice of orange, a little bit of lemon, definitely picking up those grassy sort of herbal dank notes as well on the palate. Nice mouthfeel, pretty medium, a little bit creamy, very, again, New England style. You know, for a brewery from the Midwest, this is very what's going on here in New England as far as hoppy beers. So yeah, it's got that slight creaminess, almost a smooth mouthfeel to it. The bitterness, the first sip was a little bit high, but now it's calmed down to like a higher side of low. More so just tasting a lot of the hops. Yeah, I guess it's a medium bitterness, but it's not awful or anything like that. It's certainly not offensive. It's 60 IBUs for a 5.5% beer, guys, so it's pretty well hopped. Lots of tropical fruit juice sweetness, though. I'd say more tropical, then dank, then citrusy. They all play off of each other very, very well. Pretty balanced beer. Aside from the finish with the bitterness, it's a really, really balanced beer. Super, super easy to drink. Alcohol is not even, a concern. It's really not. It's, like I said, it's like basically the same alcohol level as a really low pale ale or almost a session beer. So nothing to have to get worried about when you're drinking it fast. I think the aroma is a little bit better than the taste, but just by a slight margin. Well, it's not cellar temp, but it's approaching that, and the sweetness that carries through really just balances the beer out with all those flavors. It's not malty at all, really, by any means. It's got a slight malt backbone to it, but it's really, again, like that New England style where it's just focusing on the hops, taking all the flavors out of the hop instead of the malt. So yeah, guys, super nice beer. I'll sip on this for another couple minutes and get back to you with my final thoughts and score. But so far, the Pompeii, absolutely awesome stuff from Toppling Goliath. All right, so I've been sipping on the Pompeii here and just love this beer. Really, really great example of Mosaic single hop beer, especially again because this is almost 2 months old. It's held up extremely well. Yeah, there's not much wrong with this beer at all. The only thing I would change a little bit would be the bitterness. Just a little bit more restrained, but other than that, this beer is a perfect example of a Mosaic hopped IPA. And again, it does remind me of Trillium's Mosaic hopped Fort Point edition. It has that citrusy, but more so a tropical thing going on, and then dank, and then citrusy. So it has like all three components that you're really looking for, and it's super easy to drink, pretty light on the malts, super, super hoppy, clean, mouthfeel is slightly creamy. Nothing else to say about it, guys. It's fantastic stuff from Toppling. So on BeerAdvocate, this has a 93 overall right now, and I think that's way too low. Yeah, that bitterness is the only thing for me detracting from it, but it is a fantastic brew. So 93 from BeerAdvocate. I'm getting some strawberry tones now as well, some strawberry finish. I'm gonna go 98, maybe 98 plus. This is a really good beer. Definitely a little bit of that pine, resin, sap kind of character in the finish, in the very back end, but mainly it comes across as a very sweet, juicy, kind of tropical, and then slightly dank and citrusy IPA. Really, really well balanced all throughout the beer though. I'll give it a 98 plus. I think this is a fantastic IPA, and I can only imagine it would be better if it was fresher, so I'm definitely gonna give it that extra bump because I think it would be really, really great, you know, even a month old. So let me know if you've had the Toppling Goliath Pompeii before. I don't know anything about the release of this. I don't know how new this beer is, if it comes out often, you know, how frequently it gets released or whatever, and how hard it is to get. I don't know if it gets distributed or if it's brewery only, anything like that. So with that said, let me know if you guys have had this. I would definitely seek it out if you can. Definitely let me know what you think. Mosaic is a wonderful hop, and if it's used right, like it is here, it's just good, really good shit. Definitely reminiscent of a New England style hoppy beer. So yeah, the aroma on this is killer. All right, guys, that's it for the Pompeii. 98 plus from me, and I'm gonna go enjoy this. And yeah, look at that glass lacing too. Good stuff. Also, before I go, guys, I just realized that the Sosis from Toppling Goliath is a double IPA single hopped Mosaic. So yeah, I need to get my hands on that one again. I've had it once. I think I actually brought it back with me from Iowa when I went to Toppling Goliath. But yeah, Sosis is the same thing as this, basically the double IPA version. So I need to get my hands on a fresh bottle of that at some point and review it, because this is just phenomenal. And I remember Sosis being phenomenal as well. Like really, like one of the best double IPAs I think I've had. So I need to get my hands on that next time it comes out and review it for you guys. But keep that one in mind if you hear about Sosis coming out again. Definitely grab it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the Pompeii. And I'll see you in the next beer review. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Cheers.